Dr. Mark here for Natural Health. Hope you're having a great day. It was a good day for us. It's Monday. We got through another one. Looking forward to the Thanksgiving holiday coming up here. So tonight our topic is about low back and sciatica. And so we're going to just talk a little bit about that. I'm going to give you just a little bit of information kind of on the nutritional side, neurologic side, and Dr. Chip will go into lots more detail about that on really the adjusting chiropractic side. So here we go. And this is a spinal nerve chart. It's kind of hard to see, and it's not really, I'm not really showing that because of that purpose, just to realize though that between each one of the vertebrae there's a spinal nerve that comes out. Now what that has to do with anything is in the lower back nerves, once they're irritated, they cause pain in the lower back. That's the lower back pain. And then some of the lower back nerves go into the leg. That's what we call the sciatic nerve. When that gets irritated, then we have sciatica. So that's that real bad pain going on the back of the leg or part of the leg, depending on which part of the nerve is irritated. And here's what it's kind of showing there about the pain, where the pain originates. A lot of times you can have both lower back pain and sciatica. That's kind of the worst ones. And the point that I like to make with patients about this is that this has a lot to do with big ligaments. That is why we get into the shape where the vertebra and bone and osseous structures are misaligned to the point that they irritate the nerves and cause this nerve pinching, irritation, cause sciatica. And as you can see here, this kind of shows the ligaments of the spine itself, the anterior, longitudinal, posterior, all these big ligaments, and even the disc is a big ligament. So, and we go to the next slide here. These are the ligaments of the lower back, too. The lower back ligaments, a lot of in between the vertebral ligaments, all kind of ligaments in there. Those have to be all messed up, weakened for some reason, that allows these osseous structures to misalign and pinch these nerves that come out between the vertebra and the foramen there that end up in the sciatic nerve, causing a sciatic nerve pain. Now, Dr. Chip will go into a lot more detail there in a minute. I just wanted to talk a minute about the ligaments because people miss this whole point. They think that when they have lower back pain, sciatica or neck pain, go to the chiropractor, get cracked once, and it all goes away. And it just showed up that quick and it'll go away that quick. Well, that's not true. Yeah, and we're really, a lot of times in these sciatica cases, it can take 6 months, 2 years, a decade to get to that point where those ligaments have been so messed up that it allows for nerve pinching. Now, in my book, in the nutritional side of things, we look at vitamin C complex as being essential for these ligaments. Many people are vitamin C deficient. They have back problems because that's why the ligaments are weak. And if you want to look at the old word called scurvy was a word used back in 1800s to indicate a spine that was just like a rattler. It was just real loose. That's what these sailors had. And then they had to use lime juice to help heal that. That's why they were called limeys. And so everybody thinks that's old school. Nobody ever has that anymore. Well, it's rampant in our population. Anybody who has any kind of ligament problems, it has to do somewhat with a vitamin C complex lack. It cannot have to be all the way go to what you call scurvy, but it can go to the point of allowing these ligaments to be so loose. And then many people, the discs here will get weakened, and they'll, when the vertebrae get misaligned, the weight of the vertebra will push the center of the disc out, causing a disc bulge. And if it's there long enough and the outside of the disc ruptures, then you have a ruptured disc and then the surgery and all that kind of stuff. So that's another thing. And then, of course, the doctors go in, they cut off the thing, they screw everything together, they think it's fixed. Well, you haven't fixed the ligaments yet. You haven't fixed anything. So again, in our world, looking at nutritional support to help heal this, to get it to stabilize, and to not need to be adjusted all the time. Again, some people come to our office and they don't want to take nutrition, so you have to adjust them all the time. But that's why people complain about chiropractors, that we have to go back all the time. Well, it's not the chiropractor's fault. The chiropractor puts you back into place, and if your body would stay in place, would heal correctly, it would stay there. Well, it doesn't do that, though, because you're eating ding-dongs and Pepsi and all this stuff. So that's why it's important when you want to look at holistic health, looking at real strengthening of the back, you have to take some nutritional things in mind. And and look again at getting these structures to stay put. So that's enough of me causing trouble for tonight. I think I'm going to turn over to Dr. Chip. I want everybody to have a happy Thanksgiving. Stay out of the pecan pie. Have a little piece of pumpkin pie, that's okay, but pecan pie's got way too much sugar. So we'll give it to Dr. Chip. Have a great one. Here you go.
All right, awesome. Okay, so, again, this is kind of my perspective, my take on the low back and sciatica. So we'll kind of jump right to it. So, again, what causes low back or sciatica? Or low back pain or sciatica? So, again, we like to think about different things that can cause it, such as a physical injury. Again, if you fell or had somebody kind of knock you over or anything like that, of course that can kind of throw things off and it can cause that kind of shooting pain down the leg there. And there could be a lot of different things. But then you could say toxins. So again, as Dr. Mark was explaining, is that if we're not eating a lot of the good foods, if we're not doing, getting a lot of good nutrients in, then our bodies aren't able to sustainably keep everything well aligned. And so if we're getting kind of congested with different foods, if we're not eating things properly, our bodies have a hard time to clean itself out. And when we get gunked up too much, our body can actually have pains in different areas of the body. So for instance, if you were not going to the bathroom for a week, and you should be kind of more going to the bathroom regularly, but if everything is clogged up and it's not evacuating properly, then again, back pressure, everything could be causing stuff to twist and turn, and that's when we can have some issues there. And again, another one is thoughts. So again, if you think about it, if we're negatively thinking about it a lot, or we have negative thoughts coming in, or you're constantly told something that has a negative impact on your brain, can also affect your body. And so again, we don't want to make certain that we're talking about one cause for this issue. Again, many people have had sciatica or sciatica-like symptoms for thousands of years. But now we just put a label or a term on it called sciatica. And so this has been going on for many, many years. So, and again, I have technology here too. Again, just stating that we need to not be so focused in technology. We're not, putting too much tension on us, looking at our phones all the time, be on the computer all the time. Again, it has a good thing, but again, these different stresses can affect or cause that issue. And so again, what we want to make sure to reiterate is that an imbalance of the brain and body due to these stresses. So, again, like we said before, this has been going on for thousands of years, and we decided to label it sciatica. So how about we make sure to balance out the brain and body so that we're actually able to heal efficiently. Now, to give a metaphor here, when you are at your house and the power goes out, you wouldn't keep checking to make sure that the fridge is working. Obviously, if there is some kind of power surge that went, you would start to notice that the fridge is not working, the food is going bad, and you don't keep buying new food and storing it in the fridge. You want to make sure that the circuit's working for the outlet that goes to that fridge. So what do? You go to the circuit breaker, the circuit switch, and you make sure to turn the circuit back on. Again, this is a very adaptive way for the house to not catch on fire and to destroy itself almost. So this is really a lot to do like the brain and the body. And so if our brain is like the circuit breaker here, it wants to make sure that it doesn't kind of go crazy, or the brain doesn't overload itself to a point where you would actually have an immediate death. And so it does that pretty well. It actually is, again, kind of like the circuit breaker here. So it has different off and on switches, so that if we're able to get that switch back on, then we're able to regulate our systems effectively. So again, we're able to use that fridge effectively. We're able to store the foods in there properly. And so again, our brains and bodies are very good at staying healthy and healing. However, again, if we're having too much of an overload on some of these stressors, then again, just like the circuit breaker here, the brain can kind of cut that circuit to where now our bodily systems are not functioning properly. So you'd say, for instance, like the muscle system, the systems controlling all the muscles and ligaments and tissues of the body, that can cause the spine and the pelvis to twist in a way, causing that sciatica or the low back pain or issue there. So again, if our brains and body are well balanced, then we're able to heal efficiently. So again, some good healthy tips on how to prevent or even help heal the issue is, again, eating right. Again, when we're able to evacuate properly, if we're able to go to the bathroom properly, we're able to get the waste out that we don't need so that our bodies can run the systems effectively. Move your body. Again, when we move our body, we're getting the fluids to flow, the digestive juices flowing, we're getting blood to flow, the lymphatics to drain, and that's all helping it to properly help the body to heal. Again, think right. Now, a lot of times, again, we get to this crazy thinking, this chaotic atmosphere of, oh, something always bad happens, or we're planning for the worst case scenario. And that can put a big stress on the brain, which again would cause the systems of the body to malfunction. So just kind of like the low back, the pain in the sciatic nerve there, that can be an issue. And then again, a helping hand. Don't be afraid to ask for help. I kind of used this slide before in last week's illustration there. But again, that's what we're here to do, is we're here to help you. Again, if we can help to realign the body well, if we're able to balance out the nervous system, the brain and body, then your body is able to heal efficiently. And again, a well-healing body is able to function properly and allow your body to heal. So I think that is all I really had for this week. And again, I really want to make sure that you kind of got the illustration that, again, we get caught in these different labeling processes, different diagnoses, but however, we have had, or you'd say men and women, people have had issues for thousands of years, but we forgot how powerful our bodies really are if we respect them well. So that's just a key point there to help kind of leave you with. So again, next week is our holiday cooking show, so it should be a fun one. I'm not sure if we really have the script up yet, but we'll definitely figure something out. Again, thank you for watching. Please be sure to follow us on different platforms here at Natural Health Quincy IL on Instagram and Facebook, and then Natural Health Quincy at YouTube and Brighteon.com. Thank you very much for supporting us and kind of watching us. I see some people on there. Thank you very much for that. And I see you, Bree. Thank you. Now, again, you can contact us at 217-228-2040. We're located at 2000 Jefferson Street, Quincy, Illinois. So thank you for watching, and happy Thanksgiving.